Hello and welcome to another episode of Salary Voodoo, the show right here on the MMA Engine channel, where I, your host Monk, aka the Monkmatician, give you a different insight in some statistics and probabilities when you're going into your lineup construction for GPP tournaments. All for this weekend, UFC Vegas 61, headlined by Mackenzie Dern and Yao Xiaonan. Guys, before we get started, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button on the MMA Engine. It's me, Weezy, Brady, and Lou Betya, bringing you content several times a day, several days a week, before each and every UFC event. And guys, I am late as hell this week. I want to apologize for that. I still have not caught up with my new work schedule. I'm hoping to get a rhythm, a routine down here after this break next week. So I apologize, but I will not make you wait any further. Let's break down 3 fights for UFC Vegas 61 from a Salary Voodoo perspective. First, couple of rules. Salary Voodoo offers stats that aim to give you a fresh, unique angle when it comes to MMA DFS lineup construction, especially in GPP tournaments. I get stats from historically unusual places such as salaries, fight positions, weight class, etc. Probability based and definitely overanalyzed as much as you could possibly do. All Salary Voodoo stats are tracked since January 1st of 2021, and natural salaries are used for calculations, meaning the salaries add up to $16,200, $9,500, $6,700, etc., etc. Lastly, guys, comment the fights from UFC Vegas 62 that's happening in 2 weeks you want to see from a Salary Voodoo perspective. I know we're headlined by like Ketlin Vieta and somebody else. I honestly don't even know, but that is just the teaser, the appetizer for the UFC 280 the following week. So guys, let's get right into the 3 fights. First fight, picked by the WW on YouTube. Thank you. I really appreciate that down in the comment section. 8,400 Joaquim Silva going against 7,800 Jesse Ronson. Guys, this is going to be an interesting fight right here. Lightweight fight, 155. Someone from Lightweight Fights makes it on the optimal lineup 52.34% of the time. This is the 5th fight of the night so far, just under 50% optimal for that one. And the salary pair of 84 and 78, excuse me, someone from that pair makes optimal 56.72% of the time, and we are under leveraged to this salary pair by almost 6%, 5.82%. You want to see negative numbers there. That means you got to get more of them in your lineups, more of these 2 salaries in your lineups. We are under leveraged on this salary pair. So we're off to a great start. WW 8,400. The average ownership there is 27%, and the leverage on average is almost 5%, 4.63%. That means we are over owned to the $8,400 salary by 4.5%. That is definitely not a good look. We got Southpaw versus Southpaw here, and as you know, half the time a Southpaw beats a Southpaw, and the other half of the time, Southpaw beats Southpaw. So we got a 50% rate there. Finish win percent for 8,400 is just 20.90%. Decision win is more than that, 25.37. Let's hop across the border here. $7,800. Again, Southpaw finish win percentage is 17.91. Decision win percentage, 31.34%. Average ownership is about 4% under, 3% under its counterpart at 23.89%. Guys, we are under leveraged to this dog salary by 10.5%, negative 10.44% leverage. That means we are under owned by 10.5% on this guy. Excuse me, had a cough break there. Not on this guy, but we are under owned by 10.5% on this salary. Optimal times, made optimal in times used, 8,400. Both these salaries have been used 67 times. 8,400 has made the optimal 15 of those 67 times. That is a 22.39%. You want to be around 25. Anything less than that is a little bit suboptimal. No pun intended. Win percent for 8,400. A favorite salary here, 46.27%, not good. We are 48.39% optimal in wins. You at least would hope to be 50% there, but that is not the case with 8,400. Average DraftKings points per win, 91.68. Again, let's hop across the field here. 23 times optimal for 7,800 out of 67. That is an astounding 34.33% optimal. That is the 3rd highest rate of all salaries here, guys. Like I said, 25 is good. Over 30 is great. We're damn near 35% here. So fantastic from the $7,800 salary. Win percentage for the dog salary here, is over 5. It's almost what, 4.5 points better than its favorite counterpart. 50.75% of the time these two fight, the dog wins, and the percent optimal in wins for 7,800, 67.65%. Fantastic. 2 out of 3 times it wins, it makes optimal. Average DK points per win is 95.26. Guys, these are fantastic numbers. This is a great fight picked by WW. I think you know what we're gonna get here. Good voodoo, bad voodoo. We got ourselves a Bernie. That is that good voodoo. I think someone from this fight is making the optimal lineup. I think someone from this fight scores very well. I think it finishes inside the distance. And personally, for more reasons than just salary voodoo, I'll be on the dog side here, Jesse Ronson. So, I mean, as you can see, salary score for 8,400 is 8.69. That is average, 15th best out of 30 salaries. For 7,800, 6.36 score. That is the 4th best number overall. Guys, I love the dog salary this week. Again, not just because of salary voodoo, but it definitely helps. So great fight to target here, in my opinion, and 2 cheap salaries. I absolutely love it. I'll be heavy on both sides, but especially that dog salary. Next fight, let's go. Fight number 2, picked by 2 people this week, Godlike and the Green Reaper. Thank you guys so much. We got Baby Shark Tabitha Ricci, going against Jessica Penne, 7,300 versus 8,900. Strawweight fight. What are the stats here? 46% of the time a strawweight fight happens, someone makes the optimal lineup. That is a very poor number. Fight number 6, on the other hand, is the opposite of that. 54.67% of the time someone makes optimal from fight number 6. And the salary pair here is very low, 40% when these two match up, and we are over leveraged 9.78%. Most of that is one side, and you'll see which side we are here in a minute. But yeah, we are way over leveraged to this fight. Take this fight out of your lineups, especially this week. I really think this one goes to decision, but that we'll get onto that later. Average ownership for 8,900, 29.21%, almost 30% here. The leverage on this one, ownership, like I said, 29%. We are over leveraged to this position, 10.87%, almost 11%. We should, it's optimal just 18% of the time, and we are rostering it almost 30%, well over leveraged to this $8,900 salary, guys. Orthodox, again, 50-50. Finish win percentage for 8,900, 23.33%. For decision wins, 40% here. So a good win rate, but way more decisions than finish wins. Average ownership for 7,300 is 20.57%. We are under leveraged, under the field here by 1.10%. So pretty close to about where we need to be, but you could throw a couple of extra lineups with this salary in it. Finish win percentage for 7,300 is 13.3. Decision win is 20%, right about what you would expect for such a low salary. But we've got some decent numbers, and at least we're under leveraged here instead of 10 or 11% over. These two salaries have fought each other 60 times in this time frame that we're looking at. 11 times 8,900 has made optimal. 13 times 7,300 has made optimal. So that is very interesting. The optimal percentage also goes to the dog, 21.67% to 18.33% for 8,900. Guys, this is an extremely low optimal percentage. We're in the teens here, and for such an expensive salary, we have way too much of 8,900 historically, and I really don't see how that's going to be any different this time around. Again, I think this goes to decision, pretty low scoring for the most part, and 8,900, I don't think that's going to pay off at all. The salary voodoo seems like it agrees with me. Win rate, right what you would expect, basically 2-1. 8,900 has 63%, and 7,300 wins 1 out of every 3 fights against 89%. Optimal in wins, it's not even close. We are at sub 30, 28.95% optimal in wins for the favorite salary here, 65% optimal in wins for 7,300. The average DraftKings points per win is a huge margin here, 97.71 for the favorite and 88.5 for the dog. Honestly, this fight looks terrible from a salary voodoo perspective. Again, I'm going to have to favor the dog here, though. It's made optimal a few more times than its favorite. And what does the salary voodoo have to say about any of this? Whoops. We got ourselves a frozen jack, guys. If you see frozen jack, you should be frightened. We are frightened. Oh, God, what just happened? Guys, hold on a second. I never replaced a picture. We're going to do this live right now. So sorry. This fight happened 2 weeks ago. Just give me 1 second. This obviously is not Tabitha Ricci smiling at you. That is for sure. Oh my goodness, I am so embarrassed. There we go. Here we go. Good God, I can't believe I did this. Guys, we got ourselves a frozen jack. Apparently, I messed that up. 8,900, 7,300, not a great fight to target, especially this week. The salary score of 8,900 is 10.49. That is 22nd overall out of 30 salaries. And this is like the what? Fifth highest salary we have to work with this week, and it is pretty much the fifth lowest salary score on average, so not a great look there. 7,300 is 5 spots better, guys. 9.15, nothing to brag about, but closer to average definitely than its favorite counterpart. So I like the $7,300 side a bit more, but I will be fading this fight, not only for the Salary Voodoo, but because of the fighters in it. So the Salary Voodoo is just backing us up here. Frozen Jack, bad voodoo on this one. Let's go to the third and final fight, guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe below, and we'll keep it moving. We have the right pictures here. This one picked by our guy Mahler, 138, 8,600, 7,600. Lightweight fight between, I believe, Mike Davis. Yes, Mike Davis and Vyacheslav Borshchev. We'll just call him Slavaclaus from here on out. 8,600, 7,600. This is a lightweight fight. Again, 52.34% of the time lightweights fight, someone makes the optimal. Fight number 8 is below 50%, 49.33%. But the salary pair of 86 and 76, someone makes optimal 58.57% of the time, and we are under leveraged to that position by almost 7%, negative 6.89%. So get both of these fighters in your lineups, guys. We are under leveraged by 7% here. Average ownership for Mike Davis, 27.24%, and we are under leveraged by 5.5%, minus 5.61. I mean, it's telling us to get our leverage up into the 30s here, get our ownership rather up into the 30s. We have an orthodox fight here, 50-50. Finish win percentage rather, 38.57 for 8,600. That is huge. Decision win percentage, 27.14. And if you notice, this is the first time in this video where our finish win percent is higher than our decision win percent, and we are 11.5 points higher, guys. That is ridiculous. Let's see, 7,600, 24.44% average ownership, and we're under leverage to this position as well. Not as wide, not as much, but minus 1.27%. So we are under leverage to the dog salary as well. Get these guys in your lineups. Finish win percent, 21.43%, and decision win, 12.86%. Again, much higher finish win percentage than decision win for both of these fighters. That is a good omen as far as salary voodoo goes. Let's get into the individual stats. These two salaries have fought each other 70 times. 23 times 86 has made optimal. That is a ridiculous number, one of the highest out of all salaries. And 18 times, not to be mistaken for a low number. This is a great number as well. 18 out of 70 times for 7,600. The optimal percentages here are out of bounds, guys. Out of bounds in a good way. As Guy Fieri would say, this is out of bounds. 32.86% optimal for 8,600. My God, that is a ridiculously high number this week for Mike Davis. 25.7. Again, 25 is great. Anything over 30 is fantastic. We are at 25%, almost 26% for 7,600, guys. This is incredible. 65.71% win rate for the favorite salary and a 34.29% win rate for the dog salary. So almost 2-to-1 here, as you would kind of expect. But the percent optimal in wins is crazy as well. 50% for 8,600, so a coin flip. Anytime 8,600 wins, it makes optimal. And then 3 out of 4 wins for 7,600 make the optimal lineup. That is a crazy number, one of the highest out of all salaries. And the average DraftKings points per win, guys, is 97.35. That's average or decent, pretty decent across the salaries for 8,600, but 104.44 for 7,600 is, I believe, the second highest number out of all salaries. 9,500 is the only one better. This is a fantastic fight to target. I personally was targeting this one before I saw all the salary voodoo for it. I'm targeting it even more now. I think you know where we're going with this one. Mahler, you picked a banger and we got ourselves a Bernie, guys. I think this one finishes inside the distance, and even if it doesn't, Mike Davis should be able to take Slava Claus down, and if he can't, Slava Claus could possibly finish Mike Davis on the feet. Who knows, but I absolutely love this fight for GPP tournaments. I love it even more that I've seen the Salary Voodoo, and I really appreciate Mahler138 for putting this fight in the comments last week. I mean, we got ourselves a couple of bangers this week, guys. Not a ton of name value, but some really, really good fights. Let's get a recap quickly before we get out of here. UFC Vegas 61 recap. 8,400, 7,800 between Silva and Ronson. That is a Bernie fight. Get these guys in your lineups. We're well under the field of where we should, not under the field. I keep saying that. We're well under where we should be as far as ownership goes. Second fight that we did, Ricci and Penne, although I will love to see this fight, and I will be cheering for Ricci. I also like Penne a lot. Should be a decent fight. I do not like it for DraftKings. I do not like it for GPP, and we got ourselves a Frozen Jack. That is a cursed fight or a hexed fight. And the Salary Voodoo, for the third and final fight that we did, Mike Brown and Mike Davis rather, and Slava Claus. That's why I was going because I knew what I said was very wrong. Mike Davis and Slava Claus, 8,600, 7,600. We got ourselves a Bernie, guys. Get these two guys in your lineups. I like the Mike Davis side personally a little bit more, but put them both in your lineups. We're well under where we should be on that fight as well. So great job picking fights, guys. We got two Bernies and a Frozen Jack. Hopefully that helps you know where to put a little bit more of your exposure on these fights and fighters. And guys, that's gonna do it. That was Salary Voodoo. If you've never seen it before, that is how we do it over on this side of things. I love getting into these numbers with you guys, love getting into stats, and I won't take up any more of your time. UFC Vegas 61, get on those lineup constructions, guys, and I hope, as usual, I hope you all enjoy the fight. So enjoy, and we will see you in the next one.